Hello, people. It's your boy Osman back again. New season of Manchester United 21-22 predictions video. Listen, as always, if you are joining us, make sure you show some love in the comment section, as it says down below. Drop a like, subscribe to this channel if you are new. Listen, new season. I had to come with an intro. It's been a while. We're gonna put the intro on for you beautiful people. Check it out. Let me know what you think. The links are down below to Yusuf, who did the audio, and the homie Hassan, who did the video itself. And then we're gonna introduce you to our beautiful panel. So yeah, let's hopefully this works. Because if it doesn't, jeez, let's go. Had to get Martial in there. You love to see it. Obviously, I chose some. Well, I kind of picked the players. But listen, that is the intro. It seems like there's a bit of audio issues, but I'll fix that. Obviously, as I said, shout out to the people that created it. His links are down below. Today's show, as you can see from the title, Manchester United season predictions. Everyone in the comments, I want to hear your guys' predictions as we are going through the video. We got a fantastic panel for you lovely people. Make sure you slap a like, subscribe to the channel. My socials are here. Osman Talks United. Make sure you follow me up on the social. Subscribe to the channel. As I said, we've got a lot of content coming for you guys. I've been working hard behind the scenes to make sure we got a weekly schedule for you beautiful people. Every single Thursday, we are going to have a Man United podcast, so make sure you stay tuned, as well as other content in the week. Anyways, without further ado, let me introduce to you our panel. First and foremost, you know, my right-hand man, the guy who started on the journey for me. Some of you will know him as Kojo, from 3 in midfield, but to me, he's a brother from another mother, my Ghanaian guy. You love to see it. Kojo, first and foremost, is in the building, bro. As always, a pleasure, man. What are you saying, G? Yeah!
Ah, yes! Oh,
Let's
good, man.
go.
Firstly, that intro.
Yes. Love.
Well done.
Yes, Kojo.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
I'm good, man. I'm good as always, man. How you doing?
I'm well, man. I'm well. Like I said, like I've been saying to all the boys, my man is like stupid busy at the moment. So, but family, as Dom Tourette would say, is everything. So, I'm in good spirits, man. But I'm looking forward to the show, Kojo. I mean, I don't want you to hold back today, because this is the one that we're gonna watch back. When it comes to end of season, this is the one we're referring to. But listen, without further ado, let me introduce to you our second guest. Some would say we're a married couple. A love-hate relationship, but it's definitely love. Literally, I love this guy to absolute bits. We argue all the time, especially if it's regarding Wan-Bissaka. But the homie from United team, so he's back. You know who it is. Jerry is in the building. Yes, Jerry, my guy. What do you say, G?
This guy. Hey, we're here, man. We're here. Listen, that intro, fire.
Love,
that,
bro. Love.
Yusuf, shout out to you.
The beat's hard, but I'm not gonna lie. The beat's hard. Yusuf,
my shout in there, I wasn't too sure, but it is what. Yeah.
We had to get Anthony Martial. Well, we had the only issues. We did have Bruno Fernandes, but luckily Bruno Fernandes is here. Yes, boy!
Yes!
Let's show the shirt. We got Bruno's here.
Hey!
Bruno Fernandes!
Come on.
Yes, Come on.
We need you for the predictions shortly, man. Get you.
Oh, you do not want me, bro.
We do want you.
99
Vibes.
Listen, you can't hear him, can you? I just realized I've got the thingy. There you go. I might have to sort that out. But anyways, listen, let me introduce the other guest once. We're going to get running first. Right, anyways, we've got the homie. Listen, hey, people call him the friendly giant, but all I know him is,
we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that no more. It's finished.
Go on, my G. New intro looks mad, fam. The new intro.
What you saying?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
man. New intro looks mad, my G.
Has to be
Nanny,
done, man.
flip at the end. Come
that was
on,
cold.
man. 0708 vibes.
Mm.
Oh, listen, Champions League Varane, yeah?
Yeah, Champions League.
Hey. 2 + 5 = Sancho, yeah?
Yes. Come on, Biz.
And last one, not least, Ole's at the wheel. I'm coming to the season with positive vibes, straight up. Because at the end of the day, it's a clean slate. Now, but it's a clean slate. Obviously, I'll say my thoughts on Ali. Obviously, our biz had got me carried away. You know, everyone get there, but it is what it is, man. But listen, thank you for coming on, man. You got love for everyone on the show. But last but not least, first and foremost, the producer of the Bad Boy Beat on the intro video, the homie, one of the most genuine and humble guys in the building. We have got a new regular on the podcast. He's already been here, but listen, he's back, and he's back with Avengers. We've got the homie Champions League Varane, Yusuf, in the building. Yusuf, what are you saying, G?
What's good, man? I hope everyone's good, man. Thanks a lot for having me. Appreciate you having me on the show.
Yes, Yusuf. Appreciate you doing the intro thing, man. Yusuf smashing it these days, man. Absolutely smashing it, man. But listen, Yusuf, absolute pleasure to have you back. Obviously, you know, towards the back end of the season, pretty much a regular on the channel. So, like I always say, man, you're always welcome. So it's good to have you back. But listen, boys, enough of the niceties. Enough of it. Because we know we ain't gonna agree on everything. We'll get straight into it. Obviously, as you can see from the title, basically we're gonna do all our predictions. I don't want to leave any stone unturned, so to speak, because I don't want to be 6 months down the line. Oh, I called XYZ. I want to see what go on. Benji's in the chat here. Best out since Survivor Series 2000.
That's a sick reference. No, that's a sick reference.
Oh, yeah,
Is that the Survivor Series when Shawn Michaels was the team captain versus
Randy when you killed him and the Undertaker came back?
Oh, listen, if anyone comments that I'm Mark Henry getting eliminated, yeah, like an idiot, bruv, yeah, for team.
I know. World's strongest man. Come on, man. Hall of Fame.
I'm trying to think what I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna say Triple H because he's my favorite. So yeah, I'll take Triple H. You like to work out who's doing anyways in the chat. But listen, like I said, we're gonna get straight into it. I don't really know where to start, but we'll kind of start with I don't know where we started yesterday. But no, should we start with everyone's predicted starting 11? I know it's a bit for all the top, but in terms of where we're feeling, where we're coming into the season, Kojo, I'm gonna start with you. In terms of the season, how are you feeling in general? Before we get into the prediction 11, how are you feeling with the signings? Let's start at the very top. Sancho and Champions League Varane has been added to the team that has come second. How are you feeling going into the new season? Same manager as we know. We'll talk about that way later in the video. But how are you feeling in general?
I'm feeling wonderful, firstly, man. And I think I'm feeling wonderful because this is the first time that we've looked at the window and we said, yo, Man United have done their business smart. They've done their business quickly. We're not even in August yet, and we've made 2 big signings. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big positive in the first step. Obviously, alongside Tom Heaton, can't forget him. But other than that, no, it's a great start, man. We've been looking for balance. We signed a right winger, someone that can play on the right and the left, obviously, of course. We signed a certified centre back, and certified is the key word because he's won everything from Madrid, and he wasn't Nacho Fernandez. He was literally alongside Rafael Varane every step, alongside Sergio Ramos every step of the way. So, bro, I'm feeling good, man. 2 great signings. Looking like we're still going to make another signing in midfield. Hopefully, another right back as well to challenge AWB. Good start. What can I be upset about?
Yeah, no, without a shadow of doubt, Jerry, man. In terms of signing, you know, do you feel we need more to get ourselves over the line, or are you content with what we currently got?
Come on, no, we need more. Let's stop being silly now. We need more. Let's stop being silly now. People don't want to say it, but only no excuses. Of course, no excuses, but we do need more if we really want to be very optimistic about the season. Yeah, just quickly, Kojo, you said I can't lie. Pepe was partnering Sergio Ramos for a bit. So Varane ain't been there.
Okay, 2014, but from the Champions League 3 years in a row.
Yeah. He was there.
There we go.
Yeah, but yeah, so he's big boy signing. Sancho, gas for him. Finally back in England, taking the Premier League by storm, I'm sure. Yeah, we definitely need more, man. We're not finished. We need the right back. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka, you said in your intro, we go back and forth every time. Got an assist yesterday, though. Big him up for that.
I didn't mention it, Jerry. Did you notice that? I didn't mention it.
Well, you didn't, but see me, I like to balance all the time. You can't see? Was that Oli or is that the player? I don't want to get into it right now. But I'm just saying. See, do you give credit? Did you put credit Oli for that? You wouldn't. But that's the players' fault. I mean, players. He took the initiative. Great ball, Elanga, great finish. But yeah, man, we still need a backup right back. And the midfield for me. If we're gonna do the predictions for this video, are we doing it now or for the end of the window? Because it's a bit 50-50 for me. But
we're doing it. We're doing it now. Let's put.
Cool. But when it gets to it, I'll mention what I think in that. But yeah, we definitely need more time.
Jerry Unusi, what the hell is that? Jerry what the hell? I don't know
about that.
I don't know about that one, but you're saying. But it is. God, but listen, listen. As Jerry has just said there, we do know more players. Where do you sit with the whole situation? Is there anyone you got in mind in particular to come in on top of the two players that we've currently signed?
You know what? First and foremost, man, I want to big up everyone that went to the protest and caused havoc and put foot on.
Bro, this hasn't even been mentioned, Jerry.
Literally,
Biz, preach.
Literally, if that didn't happen, who knows if this summer transfer window would be going the way it is. And right now, we have to give Murto and Fletcher some credit. Them man are putting in the work, man. And for once, we're actually looking like a team that's prepared and ready to go. I still think we need another 2-3 more signings. I don't think it's going to happen, though. But even if we do get like a Trippier and maybe another midfielder, I mean, there's so many on the list, man. You got the Neves, Sal, Basuma, Ndidi, Goretzka has been mentioned as well. But any one of them to come in, and you know what I mean, it's another added bit of class to the team as well. So yeah, so far, man, I'm happy, man. Couldn't be better. Pre-season's not been the best for results, but I mean, seeing somebody like an Elanga doing what he's doing, man, like, you know what I mean, he can add something else to this squad. So far, so good, man. May it continue.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, man. It's good to see people like Elanga come through and obviously shine. Bas is just giving me pointers. I'd say he just got the balls up with all the tips and all the topics. Right, okay, Yusuf, what do you reckon? You know, a certain individual scored an absolute worldie yesterday. Do you think he's done enough to warrant a new contract? Is he like a new signing? Is Andres Pereira, Mr. Preseason Pirlo, the guy to take Man United to 21 titles? Yusuf, what do you reckon?
I mean, I wish he was, because it would mean that we won't have to spend any more money. But yeah, I think. You know what? I was really pleased actually that kind of for him, because he gets so much abuse from the fans for like not being good enough. And even before the game, I was reading online about people were saying how, I don't want to see Pereira in the starting lineup and he's a waste of space. And it was kind of nice that he scored one of the best goals you'll ever see. Like, I mean, I even feel as if his goal has been underplayed just because it's him. That's absolutely incredible what he did. But yeah, he needs a move away. I think away from the club. I actually think he's a really good player. It's just not going to work out. I think at United. But I agree with everybody. What everybody has said, I literally agree with everything that's been said. And exactly what Biz said at the start, that Glaze is out every single day of the week, and that protest must have definitely scared them. Absolutely must have scared them, because we couldn't have not had a repeat of the same as last summer when we were scrambling at the end. So it's good that we've got two massive signings, but we still need more. As Jerry said, we still need more, 100%.
Yeah, no, without a shadow of a doubt. Obviously, Pereira needs to dip ASAP. I'm happy he scored because other clubs are stupid. They might think, you know what, he might be a decent player. I mean, he does that every preseason. He always scores a worldie. It was an outrageous strike, I must say. But, I'm just happy he puts a bit more money on his price tag. Get him out. Apparently, Fenerbahce interested. So, adios, as I tweeted. But, yeah, good luck to you, bro. But anyways, coming on to the protest, as our Biz has kind of alluded to, I was thinking about this yesterday. It's not really been mentioned much, actually. Obviously, you mentioned it there. I honestly think that the protests have made a difference to these guys. I'm not condoning breaking in and going into the pitch, etc. I am, but no, I'm not. I'm not condoning that. But I think that honestly, that was the difference. This is the first time since when Pogba first arrived with Zlatan and Mkhitaryan, that's on the window, that we've actually acted like a proper club. We've got 2 signings in early and 2 proper players as well. So, for me personally, we need to continue to put pressure on the Glazers because there's no way for me that this is enough. At the end of the day, yes, it's a brilliant window so far, but I don't want the Glazers to start thinking, oh, it's okay, etc. Just having some sort of entitlement, oh, we've done X, Y, and Z. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, we need to give credit to the Glazers. Kojo, where do you sit on that whole situation? Do you think we need to start giving them a bit of respect, or that word is compared to Glazers disgusting, but where do you sit on the whole thing? Because I've seen so many tweets, there's not many Glazers out protests going on, Glazers out tweets. I'm sure you've seen it as well.
I pay no attention to those tweets. I see that, I'm like, shut up, I'm not there. But it's not about paying respect to the Glazers, because if they were serious about their thing in the first place, there would be no protests. So that's the point. So that's not paying respect. No, I'm not paying no respect. I ain't listening to no tweet about they've gone quiet, because we ain't gone quiet. We ain't going to be protesting Old Trafford every day. People got lives, people got jobs to do. But we will keep trying to apply pressure. You know what it is? I think right now it's just a case of every time we feel that there's any slight, letting down of pressure, I think someone's going to just turn it up again. I'm going to get back into that straight away. And I feel like now we've got fans in stadiums as well. If there's any sort of misbehavior from the Glazers side, now we're back in stadium in games. We can apply pressure within the stadium as well with no sort of blockage. So people that talk rubbish like that, let them talk, man. We're getting our business done right now, and we're going to keep applying pressure. And then one day, hopefully, I pray to the Lord Jesus. I pray to every God out there, get these guys the hell out of our club. And that's it.
100%, man. Amen to that. Amen. But listen, let's get into the predictions. Obviously, we're going to discuss, first and foremost, our thoughts on some of the players, their kind of roles within the team. So we'll start. I remember obviously being on Never a Foul not so long ago. We start with the defense. So let's start with the attack, because I feel like the defense kind of speaks for itself. It's kind of obvious who needs to be starting. So I want to start with the attack. I want to know everyone's front 3. I'm going to go through everyone. You know what, Yusuf, we're going to start with you first, actually, because you spoke last. So Yusuf, your front 3. You know what we're going to say? Your front 3. Who do you think your front 3 should be this season? I'm not talking about the Leeds game, because obviously that's probably going to be a completely different front 3 to what we think should be the one for the season, because obviously people ain't available, preseason, yada, yada, yada. Yusuf, who do you think Man United's best front 3 is with the people that we've got available? Let's say everyone's fit. Who do you think should be our front 3 this season?
It's a difficult question, because it really depends on sort of the opponent that you're playing. Like, obviously Champions League games are completely different to Premier League. So it's hard for me to say, because then I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. But off the top of my head, if everybody's fully fit, obviously.
Let's say we're playing Bayern Munich. I don't know, in the group stage. We've got Bayern Munich. Who's your best team? Who's your best 11? If you're picking, we're going to go through the best 11 first and foremost, what we think it is. So who's your best 11? Who do you think your best 11 would be? So who's his front 3 that you're picking to win the game?
Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side, Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side, and Anthony Martial through the middle. If everybody's fully fit, that's what I would go with. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. So we got United. Wait, about the guy sat next to me, Martial, Cavani, and Sancho. So obviously Rashford doesn't make his team. Right, Kojo. In fact, no. Let's go to Biz. Actually, let's do the reverse of that. Right, Biz. You've heard what Yusuf has said. I feel I should allow you to elaborate actually before I move on, because obviously the Martial one is going to be somewhat controversial. So, I'm going to give you an opportunity to elaborate, obviously on whoever you want to elaborate on. Why have you gone for them front three in particular?
Just because, I mean, we said Bayern Munich, and it's nothing against, like, obviously I love Mason Greenwood and I love Cavani as well. It's just that I'm not giving up on Tony. Not yet, anyway. I still think he has so much to offer, and it just was a bad season for him in the end. I like to remember his performance against Man City away. That someone that bullied Ruben Diaz.
Come on, Yusuf, tell him, Yusuf, tell him.
I can see the disappointment on Jerry's face. Kojo's looking away.
Forget Jerry and Kojo, because this video, when we watch it back at end of season, Martial's bagged 20 goals, they'll apologize to us. So it's fine. Keep going.
It wasn't like I mean, yeah, I think he offers a lot that other people don't offer, and you could say the same about Cavani. Obviously, he's a better goal scorer than him, but I just think, against, we said Bayern Munich specifically, I just think Anthony Martial is so gifted with the ball at his feet when he's on top of his game, that I think he has something that everybody else doesn't have. But I think that's the beauty of your attack. Everybody has something that no one else has, and I think it's a squad game at the end of the day. So I mean, that's why I said it's a difficult question at the start, because it's like, obviously it's hard to leave people out, but that's what I would go with from the start. Yeah.
Fair enough. We've got Benji in the comments. Listen, also, if you are in the comments and you're watching, right, I want you to actually comment your front three. We've got some people saying, I agree with X, Y, and Z. I understand that, which is fine. But obviously, just comment your front three as well, because I will put it on the screen as the United way is done. We've got Benji in the building saying, making me want to come on. Benji, you're more than welcome. The link is in the chat. I know you're somewhere in Ghana. I don't know where you are in Ghana. But, bro, put the gel off down. Get yourself on, mate. You love to see it. Let's see how else we got. Rather than I agree with us, and obviously got Martial, Cavani, Sancho. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it to the other boys. I'm just making notes so I know where to clip later. Jennifer saying, big up, guys. Thank you, Jen, for tuning in. Right, Biz, over to you, bro. Obviously, your opportunity, your floor is yours. Elaborate as much as you want. Who's your front three? I mean, the Bayern Munich was just a random team. I just came out of the top of my head. By all means, who's your front three in general? Like, who do you think the best front three for you?
Do you know what? To be honest, I don't really mind who it is, because on each individual player, on their day, they're all absolute gunman, innit? So, like, no matter what three you play, you're going to get goals. But if it was me, I would play Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, and Cavani up top. Cavani just on instinct, man. That guy can score goals in any situation possible. Sancho on the right. We've been screaming out for a right winger, so it'd be dumb to not play him there. And Rashford on the left, man. The guy, 20 goals back to back. Do you know what I mean, man? The guy's fire. Hopefully, if he has his surgery and he does come back fresh, there's levels he can step up to. So those three for me would be my front three. Okay,
Rashford. I mean, I think that's the most popular take, to be honest. From what I'm guessing that everyone's going to say. Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right. I mean, that makes sense, really, to be honest, in terms of what we're thinking. We got another one in the chat. Jennifer also saying Martial, Cavani, and Rashford. I mean, on Sancho, sorry, no Rashford twice there. So, Jerry, what are your thoughts? Obviously, I know you love Rashford to bits. But Martial...
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I have no
agendas.
Let me just get Benji's in first. Obviously, Cavani, Rashford. Sancho, again, very popular. I know that one's going to be the most popular within the United fan base. Jerry, I've got to think, is Martial making a front three?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Come on, let's stop all this Umin and Aaron. We know what the front three should be, man. Let's stop this Martial and Pogba, and it's Rashford on the left, hands down. There's no one else. Rashford has to start. You said when fit, that's the criteria, right?
Yeah, when fit. Yeah.
Rashford has to play. Like Biz said, 20 goals back to back. I'm sorry. He has to, like I always say, it was involved FC. Are you dumb? He has to be in the team. He has to be. Goals and assists win you leagues, win you games. So for me, left, Rashford, hands down. On the right, Sancho. To obviously we've been crying for a right winger for years, and we finally got.
There's a lot of people saying Martial. I'm not.
Just forget them. Yeah, big up, subscribe, like the thing, but yeah, on the right, Sancho, and up front, Cavani, hands down. Cavani's at number 9. Martial, I still don't know what he is. Even today, I was watching Cavani's goals from last season. He's levels, man. Like it's a no-brainer for me. Like his movement, he knows where to sniff. Like he just knows where the ball's gonna drop. For me, yeah, I'm actually excited for Cavani. I know we'll get to the predictions later for, but
Yeah.
full season Cavani, oh mate, I can't wait. I really can't wait. So for me, yeah, Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, Cavani up top.
All right, fair enough. We've got Jennifer saying Rashford's decision making needs to improve. I mean, I've got a feeling most of us probably agree with that comment. Someone who's decision making second to none is Sancho. So Sancho seems to be the reoccurring theme within everyone's front three at the moment. We've got Jeremiah, the homie, always showing love as well. My front three are Sancho, Cavani, and Elanga.
Come on, man.
I mean, we'll come back to Elanga. I was going to ask about him, not for the team, but just in general, what you do with him, that kind of thing. I want Martial to do well. I mean, you want every Man United player to do well, unless it's Pereira. He needs to dip. Kojo, what do you reckon? What's your front three, bro? Obviously, let's see what you say. Kojo, go on. The floor is yours, bro.
Palestri, James, and Elanga.
Oh my God, I'll keep forgetting James on the club. He needs to be sold as well.
If they're really all fit, Rashford, like Jerry said, that's a non-starter. I mean, we all see when he's 100% fit, when he's got no injury worries, he's for me the best attacker in the club. I've said this time and time again. People can do Martial versus Rashford. For me, when he's 100% raring to go, Rashford is a killer. Cavani, movement, just the want for goals. The need for goals. He's desperate for goals. I feel like we'll need that next season, and we've got goals galore in the squad anyway. And Sancho on the right, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not paying 75 million for this guy to be starting on the bench and watching Greenwood.
I think that's the only one everyone's agreed on. To be fair, Sancho.
Absolutely not. Yeah. So that would be my front three, just because I feel like I think Cavani would really eat proper from Sancho's creativity. He will enjoy and his movement. Sancho will be like, bruv, just like how Haaland was enjoying. Haaland enjoyed because Sancho will find him because he moves. Cavani moves a lot. So if Sancho's supplying him, he'll find him a lot. And then Rashford, I think I was criticizing his decision making last season as well, but you could also see there was a bit of I don't want to say fear, but maybe fear is the correct word in his game. Like he was a lot more indecisive in the key moments when in the past we've seen when he's raring to go, he's mentally there, he does it in an instant, cutting in against Trent and then whacking it bottom corner. These last season it was more taking the ball and not sure what to do, cutting left, cutting right, cutting too much. I don't know. So just that front three will do me well. And I actually do want Martial to do well, and I actually do think Martial will get double figures next season, but he's not my side free regardless.
I mean that's fair enough, man. I can't really disagree with what you said regarding Cavani because I'm excited to see that link up as well. Jeremiah saying I said Elanga because Rashford is getting surgery. Obviously you must have came a bit late. Jeremiah, basically we were saying our front three if everyone's fully fit. So this is after Rashford's surgery, so I'm assuming November time when he's back, give or take. My front three would be Rashford left wing, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, he's made that position his own. I think people need to start to put a bit of respect on his name.
Say it again.
No, they do. He does piss me off, though. I'm not going to keep.
Of course.
He pisses me off 110% because I'll tell you why. Him and Greenwood, they single-handedly kicked us out of the Champions League last season. They were 2v1 against the defender. They did.
Wait. What are you doing right now?
Wait. Hold on.
Are you don't let me call off the team.
Are you mad?
So you're just going to exclude Martial? You're just going to exclude him?
Listen, Martial, we know Martial was culpable as well.
Include him then. Include him.
Okay, Martial as well.
Yeah.
Right, okay, but if
I can't believe this.
But if you watch the game back, Rashford and Greenwood are 2v1 against the centre back, and neither of them passed it to each other twice.
All right, cool. So what about when Martial was in front of the goal against PSG and he skied it?
Yeah, and he skied it.
Things happen in life, man. That's poor finishing, isn't it? That's poor finishing. Poor decision making pissing me off, man. But it is what it is, man. It happens. Ronaldo's missed chances, man. It happens.
And the volley from the rebound of Cavani.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, listen, my memory's selective, should we say. Anyway, my front three, like I said, Rashford deserves a spot. Sancho, again, I think everyone agrees on Sancho being there. But for me personally, I really want to see Martial in the middle. Not because I think he's the best option. I don't think Cavani can play week in, week out first and foremost. So that's why.
Why? No. You said it fits. That's the criteria.
Oh, all right, okay, fair enough. I'm still putting Martial in there. That's fine.
Right,
Right, okay. The reason I put Martial, Rashford, and Sancho is because I genuinely think their link up would be a madness. I really believe it because I think Sancho. To be fair, Sancho could play with anyone because of the way he plays alongside Haaland and etc. What he's done with Royce as well in particular. He set up half of his goals as well. But I just think Sancho and Martial's link-up is going to be a thing of beauty. So I'm expecting good things from them too in particular. One thing I will say before we move on from this topic, not one person mentioned Mason Greenwood at all. So just quickly, I just want to get everyone's thoughts on Greenwood. So Kojo, I mean, Elanga's not really in the conversation. I just want to ask you about the other people that we haven't mentioned. So Greenwood, Amad Diallo again. I mean, he's a young lad, so I'm not really worried. And James in particular. So Greenwood, Diallo, and James in particular. What are your thoughts on them three? Like, where do they fit into this? Do they need a loan? Do they need to get sold? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna improvise. Keep one, sell one, loan one. So one squad. One loan and one sell. What are you doing for them three?
Oh, Dan James obviously we want to sell.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stupid question, isn't it? Really,
Greenwood would be the one that I would keep in the squad and I'd loan out Diallo if I had to do that. But Greenwood, regardless, for me, it's an opportunity to learn. He's still a young kid, so I don't need him to be starting every game or starting most games. I want to learn from Cavani's movement.
Look at this comment here. This is cracking me up.
He's not shit. That's not.
This guy is trolling, man. You must.
Jeremiah's not trolling, bro.
He's not trolling.
I know, bro. You know, I spoke to him too, bro. He just started watching United in 2016, bro. I was gobsmacked.
Why would you choose? Jeremiah? Why would you choose Man United?
That's what I was thinking. Right,
we were 2016.
We were dead.
You're a brave man. I respect you. You're a brave man. Well done.
He said it was Rashford's debut. That was his first game. Yeah.
Okay. The Arsenal game.
Fair. Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think Greenwood could just learn from him. And look, he's an option regardless on the right as a striker as well. So I think he's good. Diallo is another one that I'd actually give him a lot more game time this season. He doesn't have to start every game, but just give him chances, man. Because when he played for us, he was direct. He was dangerous. He scored in his debut in the Europa League game, wasn't it? The header, excellent movement as you see. So he wasn't really trapped. Yeah. Great collection on the header for such a short player, if you want to call him that. So he's another one. And even Daniel James. Look, I will never be his biggest fan, but I also believe that he was utilized wrong last season. You don't bring him off the bench against teams that sit deep. His biggest asset is his pace. So if you've got teams that press up and you bring him on, you want to start him, let him make runs in behind, let people find him. And his end product is 50-50, but at least you utilize him in the right way. See what he can produce from there. That's when it makes sense to use him. So even him, he's useful in the squad, but if he was to go out, I wouldn't be upset. So yeah, that's my thoughts on those two anyway.
I hear that. Jerry, in terms of the front players, obviously we mentioned Diallo, or I mentioned them briefly. Just want to ask another question. In terms of your strikers, right? Is it Greenwood, Cavani, and Martial for you, or do you think Martial's best position is elsewhere? What do you reckon?
No, Martial for me right now, striker. On the left, I don't think
so. So where do you put? So he's a striker alongside Cavani. Then where does Greenwood fit into all of this? Like, are you worried that
on the right,
his growth slightly? Well, he's not going to play over Sancho, is he? Realistically,
no. But then, like you said, Rashford's going to be out for how long? Sancho can play on the left. Like Mason will get game time. I'm sure of it. Like he's going to get a lot of appearances this season. He might even start the season, and who knows if he bangs a couple, he might just hold that right. Like I know he's a striker number 9, but he could. I know we bought Sancho, but he could make that right kind of his own. I don't know, but yeah, man, I think he's got a big plot to play in this team, man. For me, Martial on the left, I can't see him getting back to obviously when he first came to the club and linking up with, like, he doesn't even cross. Like, all he cares about is the link up, looking nice, and we don't really need that right now. Sancho, he like Kojo said, him and Haaland, the simple passes, the decisive passes, he just does it. Like he will get a lot of assists. As for Martial, I don't think his assist numbers will be as high, So for me, he's a striker. Like last year, it looked like he bulked up to be a striker, and then obviously last year was just a disaster.
He shredded this year. He's shredded.
Yeah, he's looking slim now. So I don't know if he
just waiting for that acceleration. Yeah, know that Fulham goal and that goal against that team that everyone says is Juve, which is that ludicrous. I don't even know what team it is. The one the black and white stripes.
Oh yeah.
That goal. Just wait for him to run that back. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Man's gonna run that back. I'm telling you.
But I see him as a striker. I see him as a striker still.
All right, fair enough. Right, Biz, my question to you, bro. On a similar theme, but I suppose it's fitting because obviously you're Ollie's biggest fan. With the plethora of attacking talent, a big word for me. With the plethora of attacking talent, has Ollie got an excuse? Or what do you expect from Ollie in terms of going forward this season?
Nah, they know what. There is no excuse right now, man. He's got enough. He's got enough front three, and obviously enough to go into the squad to put out. So no, there's no excuse going into this season for Ole. To be fair, like he was given a 3-year contract, and now this is the 3rd season, so now he has to deliver. And I'm pretty confident. I feel like he can deliver, and I feel like he can definitely close the gap towards top space. So. With the front three that we've got, it's insane. Because, we've mentioned the 5 strikers that we've got, and also we can play Pogba as well on the left.
Yeah, that's true.
Pogba's had some amazing games on the left ending of last season, and I would actually start him against Leeds in that first game because the way Bielsa done his homework after the 6-2 defeat in the second game when we drew 0-0, he just had 2 banks of 4, put Calvin Phillips on Bruno Fernandes, and we just didn't really have anyone in attacking three that was a bit patient on the ball and could have a bit of a build-up play between them. And now that we've got Sancho and you've got Pogba on each wing, you can do that now. And with the pair of them playing on that wing, you can have your fullbacks playing off and getting down to the bar line, and you can trust Sancho and Pogba to find those and make those big decisions at that in big key moments.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think for me personally, we've seen a lot of reports that Ollie said he wants to play 4-2-3. To be honest, I don't really care what the formation is. It's about the way how we set up and how we approach the game. I think that's the most important thing for me. The way we move the ball is going to be so pivotal. I think one of the major issues is that we're too stagnated off the ball as well. You see Pogba, he's the kind of guy that he wants someone to run off him. Like you've seen with Mbappe for France, Pogba's had a lot of success. If you actually look at Pogba's through balls, most of them are to Mbappe because he's always running in behind. I think for me, that's something we definitely need to improve on more.
Rashford does that, no?
No, Rashford does. Rashford's the only one, to be fair. But the issue, and Cavani as well when he's on the pitch. So that's my concern with my front three is Sancho and Martial, they lack the ball to feet quite a lot. Yeah. So that might be an issue, especially if you're playing against teams that are lower block. Cavani does running behind. Martial doesn't really run behind. Sancho doesn't really run behind. So that might be something that Ollie learns quite early into the season. So we might need to look at that. But in terms of moving forward, Yusuf, in terms of the midfield three, I mean, this is the one that everyone's going to probably say we need a CDM, obviously. Before we actually go into that, let me just get a couple of comments because there's quite a few people. Yeah. I've seen quite a few. Jennifer said, forget closing the gap. I want to see 4-3-3. In the past, not sure, obviously, this is replies to someone else. Someone said 4-4-2. Not a fan of 4-4-2 personally. Sean in the building. What's because that's Jerry on here talking sense or rubbish today.
The first one.
I can't comment. I gotta be unbiased.
Oh, right.
We haven't got to that stage yet, Sean. Don't worry, we get there shortly. Yusuf, let's talk about the midfield. Obviously, we've spoken about the attack. Obviously, we kind of got different opinions on that. Where do you sit in the midfield, Yusuf? Who do you think's your best midfield three? As it stands, of course, just to clarify for when we do watch this video back at the end of the season, if we do, we haven't signed a midfielder as it is. We've only signed Sancho and Varane. I probably should have said that at the start of the video, but it is what it is. Yusuf, so we haven't signed a CDM as it stands. Who is your midfield three and why?
For me, it's pretty simple. I mean, I just play Fred and Pogba and then Bruno in front. I just play them as a three. I think that we need to get back to. It's not I understand that, you know, McFred is, you know, it's the engine, it's the hard working, it's covering every blade of grass. I get that. But if we want to really like take control of games, you have to have ball players there. And I think if we want to dominate, I mean, it's crazy that we don't even dominate enough football. How many times last season were we like hanging on? And so I just saw Kojo's face. I don't know what it was. Yeah, how many games were we hanging on? And then it cost us right at the end. You know, I can think of Everton, I can think of Leicester away, where we just didn't have someone to sort of have their foot on the ball and was sort of panicking. And I know, as you said before, that I think a lot of us are crying out for a CDM, but I would like to persist with. I've got nothing against McTominay. I think he's a good player, but I want Pogba and Bruno to play together. I know that might not sound feasible, but I think now that we've bought Sancho, I know Bruno likes to get forward and obviously his output is incredible, but I would just like him to play as an 8 and Pogba next to him, and then you have Fred behind him. I think I'd rather have Fred over McTominay. I just think he's a better player all round. I mean, ideally, I wish Matic was younger, but it is what it is. He can't get around the pitch anymore. But I think Fred had a good Copa America as well, so I think his confidence will be high. I think that was good for him to see. I know he's playing, you know, he played with Casemiro, he's playing with better players. I get that, but that's what I would like to see. I gave a long answer, but yeah, Fred and Pogba and Bruno, yeah, as a 3.
Yeah, no, the answer is perfect. To be honest, I'm gonna keep my short and sweet because it's relevant, anyways. But I basically agree with you. That's what I would do currently as well. Fred, Pogba, and Bruno. I think for me personally, that's our best midfield 3. From the players that we've got at disposal, as you rightly said, if Matic was younger, then again Matic would go there without a shadow of doubt. But I just think Fred can be that guy for me. I think he's a squad player at best. But if you don't sign a CDM, I think Fred is definitely capable of doing that role as being that dog, win the ball back. Playing to Pogba, that's if Pogba stays. We might be watching this video back, looking like absolute twats because Pogba's left to PSG the last day. But it is what it is.
No, I'm not sure about Fred in the CDM, you know.
What you say, Bizden?
Do you know what? When you play a team that's got a good manager, like like in the game against
like
Liverpool.
We've got, innit?
Yeah, of course. Like the game we played against Liverpool when Jurgen Klopp just changed his system and went to more of a narrow, and they just closed down Fred, and then Fred was just making hella mistakes, man, because he just can't pass out from the back, and he can't play with his back taking the ball out from the back to all the goalies. So for me, I'd rather have Matic there, even though Matic's legs are they're dying on him right now. I trust him more to hold on to possession a bit better and bring the team forward into the second third.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I mean, there's been a couple of goals where Fred's been done on his first touch. I mean, he's been put in a position where I suppose I've kind of been harsh on De Gea saying that, you know, or De Gea should pass it. But realistically, if you're playing for Man United, you should be comfortable enough to receive the ball in those situations. But with Fred, sometimes there's a flip of a coin. You don't know how his touch is going to be. Is he going to be able to receive it? Is he going to be able to get the pass away? And as you said, rightly, against Liverpool, they just targeted him and he got absolutely bullied. But Kojo, where do you sit? I know a lot of people are talking about Bruno Fernandes. As Yusuf just said, you'd rather see Bruno on an 8 alongside Pogba. Where do you sit on the Bruno debate? Because there's a lot of debate. I think we all probably seen it at some point with Bruno Fernandes. You know, does Bruno? I mean, I almost sound stupid to ask, but do you start Bruno? Where, you know, who's your midfield 3?
No, I actually agree with Yusuf on that one, to be honest. I'm not with Fred. My eyebrow reason I wasn't with Fred was what the comment you posted, I think, from Yusuf. But just playing him as an 8 alongside Pogba, I think would be a better option because he still has the license to go forward regardless. And I'd want him to be sort of like a late arrival at the box rather than always sort of in the box, which he was most of last season because obviously of what happened last year. So yeah, and I also agree with Biz. I'm playing Matic there. I trust Matic more. I trust him off the ball a lot more. I trust him on the ball a lot more. I know the legs aren't really as what they used to be, but in terms of just being a smarter player than Fred and McTominay, in terms of being a lot more assured on the ball, I agree with Biz wholeheartedly. I would still play Matic there. I even said yesterday someone that I'd even play Ghana instead. That's how much little faith I have in those two as a defensive midfield role. So
you think we're going to play a 4-3-3 first game?
I don't think we're going to play a 4-3-3.
No,
but
I don't think we're going to play a 4-3-3.
But even if we don't play a 4-3-3, I will still want Matic alongside Pogba. I don't want to see.
Obviously, we're going to continue with the double pivot, but I wouldn't mind seeing Matic and Van der Beek. They looked all right against Wolves on the last game, and I think with Donny, man, bulking up a bit, and
you see those games,
yeah, fingers crossed, man. You know what I mean? He could get more of an opportunity next season. But
and to be fair, Pogba did start. What are you lucky for?
Sorry. I wait for my turn, man.
Because Rashford's out, Pogba might start on the left again anyway. So who knows? It might be Sancho on the right or left.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be McFred, Bruno, and Pogba left wing. I can put my house on that's gonna be the starting line for Leeds. If Pogba is back, that is, of course. But anyways, Jerry, no one's mentioned McFred. No one's mentioned Van der Beek. Come on, I know that's your front. That's your midfield three.
No.
What you saying? You're laughing at Van der Beek's gains, yo?
No, because I was gonna say something out of the work. Like I don't know how it'll work, but Van der Beek, Bruno, Pogba for me. Like I'm a big fan of Van der Beek. Every time I watch him, like when he's about to receive the ball, I'm calm, like because I know he's going to do something positive. Like I have no doubts when he gets the ball. Like his passing is just clean, tidy, it's crisp. And I don't know how it'll work, but I want to get Donny in this team, and I think we're missing a trick with him because he's a very intelligent player. And talking about dominating football, for me, he needs to be on the pitch. But I don't know how it's going to work with Pogba and Bruno, or unless Pogba does play on the left, like you said, and then I'll play Donny and Matic because I need him on the pitch, man. I think he's the key that we have under our nose, but no one wants to see it. So for me. Midfield, it depends what game we're playing as well. Like you said, McFred can play the Leeds game. I don't mind if they play because I think for that game in particular, it kind of makes sense. I mean, the 6-2 earlier in the season, it worked. Like McTominay got forward, bagged 2 goals. We absolutely dominated them. I know they scored a couple goals, but we actually played well that game. So
yeah, it was a good game for us.
Who was the best player that game?
Well, Martial.
Anthony Martial.
I want you to score.
Yusuf, tell him. Yusuf, every time you talk about Muslim, just know it's gonna be filled with praise by me.
I want you to score. I want you to score, big man.
You don't need to score to have a good game.
You're my striker. I want you to score. You're my striker.
Jerry, don't be one of those guys. Don't be one of those guys.
See, you're sounding like Firmino. Yeah, if we don't score, we just
Firmino. Bro, we've been crying out for a defensive striker for time, man. Man's finally got a world-class defender.
No, he played well though. He played well. He played very well that game.
Exactly,
I
man.
needed to have the
tell you what the irony is, right? I know you guys are gonna laugh, right? But our best performances last season are actually when Marcel started. No, not every game. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the 4 games that we've actually played amazing. I can name you all 4.
Like, go on.
So we got RB Leipzig game where we won 5-0. We got the RB Leipzig. My brother's dancing in the background. He's distracting me. We got the RB Leipzig game. We got the Everton game where we beat him in the cup. Martial played up top that game. We got the game that
did Cavani not start?
No. Yeah. This is the one they called. We played the diamond with Van der Beek, Pogba, Bruno, Martial, and Rashford up top. And then
what cup was it when Cavani scored that banger? Was that not the cup?
That was the league. I think.
No, that was the cup.
It was the cup. The cup. Cavani did.
Either way, Martial played that game anyways.
And Twanzebe played right back.
All right, I must have played that game anyways. I know he did. Man's done research. Don't worry, I'm lying.
Don't
correct me in the chat. And then obviously the game Yusuf's mentioned, so they're like being our best individual performances, and he's played them. So
how much does Marshall pay you to say these things, bro?
Exactly.
I'm writing it down.
No. Bullet points, you know.
Listen, I'm saying it on this prediction video because when he comes good this season, no one can say I didn't back him because everyone said.
We all back him. Don't try to claim it. Like, we all want him to do well. We just prefer him. We prefer.
There's a difference between you want every player to do well, but you're right.
You don't want Oli to do well. You don't want Oli.
Of course, I fucking want Oli to do it. What kind of stupid comment is that?
Really?
You don't want that game to do well.
Of course, I want Oli to do it. If Oli does well, that means Man United win the trophy. Okay. That means I can chat shit to Liverpool. Listen, I don't hate Oli. I hate Liverpool, mate.
Yeah.
And Ollie has got us there. I will drop all my pride and ego and say, well done, Ollie, mate. I tell you that right now. Fuck Liverpool. Ollie in. Come on, Ollie! Just secure the 21, my guy. Anyways, let's move on.
And this is no record, you know.
I know, yeah, fuck, you know. Right, that was a joke, by the way. Anyways,
we'll just cut it there.
Yeah. Anyways, fucking, I've been violated. Anyways, my thoughts on midfield, to be honest with you, all I really care about is Van der Beek and opportunity season because this guy is a top player, man. I want even if it's substitute cameos, Ollie better be using the subs 30 minutes. If this is what I said to Was earlier, he was still sat next to me. I swear to God, if I see Bruno dropping 3 out of 10s, Pogba dropping 3 out of 10s and staying on the pitch, it's gonna piss me off. Because there's no excuse, sub him off. Bring on Van der Beek because he's good enough to come on and make a difference. He's shown it time and time again in the few cameos he had last season. So for me, that needs to be a thing. That needs to be something Ollie works on. But anyways, I'm going to get to the nitty-gritty of the video because we've always gone to 50 minutes and we haven't even spoken about the actual expectations of the season yet, which is the main conversation. So you've heard what we think regarding strike and the midfield. I'm not going to worry about the defense because, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, Varane, Maguire, yada, whatever. Anyways, got a couple of things written down. First things first, we'll start with the most obvious one. What are your season expectations for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the team? So, by all means, obviously, you got to give us your thoughts on Ole as well. And, you know, the team, because it's 2-2 in it, Jerry. Is that right with you, yeah?
Sorry?
Everyone together, yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because why are we saying Oli? Like, bro, we
Ole and the team, man. That's the name.
The team, the club, Man United. That's it. Why we got to mention Oli, bro? Why?
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking. Like, that's what we. Yeah, Oli. Oli. Like, there's no one else.
What are your expectations of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? We've already got one in here for Jennifer. Sacked by Christmas. Okay, keep getting them in.
Wow.
Keep getting them in.
I can't believe it.
Jennifer,
Really?
let's start with you first. What are your thoughts, mate? Go on, let's just cut the bullshit, man.
What's the
What are your
first
expectations, bro?
My expectations for Manchester United.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, and Marshall, all of them, everyone associated fans, everybody. My expectation is to win the Premier League. Yeah, that's my expectation, man. But like the progression, obviously, this is going to be Ollie's third full season. First one, second last season. The only way is up. And for me, with the signings we made so far, I know we ain't finished yet, but it has to be Premier League. I don't want to hear challenge for top 4 and bro, I expect to win the league. I'm not even joking.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
You already said it to me before, but
Yeah, I'm serious. Premier League, like
that just seems a bit steep. I'm not gonna lie.
No, why? Why does it sound steep? I know you're gonna say Oli, but bro, like why shouldn't we why shouldn't that be the expectation?
You know my answer, so I'm gonna let someone else answer it. Anyone else got different
Oh,
expectations?
cool, yeah, but for me, yeah, Premier League, man.
Kojo, what do you reckon? What are your thoughts on that one?
Me personally, I just want an accolade, man. I don't care what it is.
Wait, is it expectation or prediction? Because they're two different.
Expectation.
Yeah, I expect to win the league. Yeah, that's my team.
Yeah, I want accolade. I want to say league, but I'm not, and it's not even a fear of the other sides. It's just a case of we haven't won it since 2013, so I'm a bit cautious right now. And last year when we were in sort of a title race, everything came crumbling down quite quickly. So I just want to take my time with it. But I expect a trophy. So whether that's Premier League or anything else, I expect a trophy. This is your third season. I always give managers the first 3 years. First year, you settle in. Second year, second summer, you bring in more players. The third summer, that's your team. You've made your signings. Now, this is your squad. This is your team. No more excuses, like you guys have said. So I want an accolade. Bring a trophy, bring it home, and then let these guys have medals around their neck. As Jerry said, let's see some armpits, man. See some armpits, and to celebrate as fans, because it's been a long while since we celebrated properly as fans of accolades.
Jeez, we've got Jennifer saying expectation should be the league as
man.
well.
Yeah, 100%.
With this team, we have to win the league. Well, a lot of people say that. I need to see a Premier League or Champions League. Jeremiah's not pissing about. Over to you, Biz. You've heard what we've got 5 people in a row say about Kojo said a trophy. But Biz, where do you fall under your expectations? What do you think? What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely, man. We've got to close the gap to top spot. So we've got to be winning the league. And if we can nick a Champions League, why not? Chelsea done it with Tommy T. And you know what I mean? He's still yet to beat Ole in this league.
99 vibes, boys. 99 vibes.
99 vibes, bro, man. Fingers crossed, bro. Next season, 21, bro. But obviously, I want to win a cup, innit? Obviously, League Cup, FA Cup, cool. They're nice little, not FA Cup. FA Cup is a big cup, innit? But it's not one of the major ones, innit? So it'd be nice to win one of them, but still, it's not enough. I want the league and the Champions League, and the team is really coming down and shaping itself up. I think it's going to be the first time in a decade the team is going to be balanced. Like, we've not been able to say this for so long. Every time we go into the season, it's always like, well, we still need a centre mid, we still need a right back, we still need a left back. You know what I mean? So, like, this season, we are just hopefully 2 more signings away from a complete squad, and there won't be any more excuses. So, fingers crossed, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I think my personal preference, my personal opinion of the whole thing is the whole excuses thing. I think that's done now. As I tweeted earlier, I think, Arbers, you saw it. You know, we do need to see it, to really say Ollie's been 110% back. However, the team is good enough to bring an accolade back. As Kojo said, we have to win something. It's an absolute bare minimum for him to keep his job. For me personally, I think the squad is good enough. You know, you got Champions League Varane in there, yo, and Jadon Sancho added to what we've already got, man. For me personally, man, you know, that's a bad boy squad. That we didn't even mention it early in the front three, but just hypothetically speaking, if Rashford and Martial got injured, right? Let's just say obviously, God forbid, but if Rashford and Martial got injured, our front three would still be Jadon Sancho on the left, Cavani up top, and Greenwood on the right, with Ahmad on the bench. I mean, it's still pretty solid. So that just shows we have got some strength and depth there up top. Obviously, defense probably still needs work with right back, etc. But over to you, Yusuf. What are your expectations going to season? A lot of the lads are saying trophies. Do you kind of follow the same category, so to speak?
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. Like, I can't disagree with anything. The only thing that I'm thinking of is that when I go through our team now, and as Biz said, rightly so, it's the first time I'm thinking, wow, like, we've got Luke Shaw. You know, if you go through the player by player, with the exception maybe of maybe that central defensive midfield position, everybody's certified, and even like Fred's not a slouch, like McTominay's not a slouch. They're not bad players, but that team is very, very, very strong. And my only concern is, I don't really want to bring it up, it's just that our team, it looks so good, but if Man City buy Grealish and Harry Kane, we still don't have a choice. We don't have a chance, in my opinion. I think Chelsea is still better than us. That's the problem. Our team is still very, very good, but that's why at the start of the show, Jerry was so right that, yeah, Varane and Sancho, I'm so happy with that. It's not enough. I need to see 3 more players at least for me to then believe, all right, you know what? Now I expect us to, you know, compete. It's not about necessarily just. I'm
sorry, I'm laughing, but literally about 3 of my siblings are stood behind camera just taking piss.
It's not me, by the way.
So that's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you. Oh god, they're all just sticking middle fingers up at me and dancing and shit. So yeah, they're trying to make me laugh. But now, Yusuf, I was just gonna throw this on because I kind of think it agrees to what you're saying. City and Chelsea. I know obviously the other lads have said we don't care what they sign. But surely, like, for the league, for me personally, anyways, I don't want to be negative or not. But again, I have to be honest. I don't think we're going to win the league because of what the other teams have got capable of as well as on top of that. I think their managers are just better than Oli. Like, with all due respect to Oli, Pep is obviously better. I mean, Tuchel is better as well for me personally. But do you think the other teams are going to stop us from winning the league? Do you think the league is a bit too much of a stretch, or do you think, as Jerry would say, we should be winning the league? It's progress, you know, third, second, first, so to speak.
Me? Oh, sorry.
No, Yusuf, sorry.
Sorry. No, you know what? You can go to Kojo. I just spoke, so you can go to somebody else. It's fine. I don't want to take someone else's time up, to be fair.
Yusuf, relax, man.
Bro, take the floor, man. Take the floor.
Yusuf, you tell me. You're the only one who's got a different opinion from these guys. Do you think City are going to be too much for us to overtake?
Yeah, paining me to say, but yes, because they have too many technical players, and we're not at that level. Unfortunately, we're getting closer, and like Biz just said before, we are so close now. We're even closer, but the gap is still. For me, I just like seeing technical players, and we don't have enough of them. We've got more now, and when Bruno came in, there's a reason why he's so good. It's because of that quality that he brings to the team, you know. And we still don't have those. I know we play a very different style of football to Man City and Chelsea. I know that you can't really compare it, and I think Ollie is doing it his own way. And I know he wants to sort of, he's building a team in the image of Alex Ferguson. It's obviously, that's how he wants to do it. Obviously with a few differences, but we're not far away. But as I said before, I saw earlier on that Man City are probably going to buy Grealish. I don't know if they'll get Kane, but even with Grealish. And we should be getting Grealish, to me, in my opinion. Like I want us to have him. If we had Jack Grealish, I'd be more confident. I'd say we can win the league, 100%. That's what I generally believe. That.
Yeah, no, Grealish is going to be an unbelievable signing for them. But at the same time, we can only take care of our own house as well. At the end of the day, okay, granted, we know Man City are going to be a force regardless if they sign Grealish or not. We got to look after ourselves. We got to be on our A game as well. So, for me personally, although they're a threat. If we continue to do what we're doing in terms of what we did last season, okay, away record was absolutely phenomenal. If we can just improve on the small games, there were so many games that we drew last season. The added quality hopefully gets us over the line. But let's just get a couple of these comments on. Darren saying, from Eyes in the Balls, shout out to him always. Not saying we have to win the league, but we have to win a trophy minimum. I'll fall under that same category. I personally think the league is probably just too much. I hope I'm wrong. I don't get this trophy minimum mentality. You want to progress, but a trophy doesn't mean progression. Look, Arsenal. I mean, just quickly before I pass on to someone else, progression and trophies, do they go hand in hand? Of course, it depends on the context. In Arsenal's case, I mean, would you take 8th position back-to-back and an FA Cup? Of course you wouldn't, because the history of that club suggests that they should be fighting for the major honours. If we were coming 2 seasons in a row and just winning the FA Cup, of course that's not good enough for Man United. But in saying that, trophies is in the DNA of this club, basically. It's in the DNA of most top clubs, Bayern Munich, Juventus. Every big club has to be winning trophies, and Man United haven't won a trophy for 4 years. So for me personally, if you're not winning trophies and you're not collecting those honours, you're slowly slipping down that pecking order. Of course, we'd always have this big name, and we're Manchester United, we're one of the biggest in the world and probably the biggest in England. But I just think trophies give you that different kind of buzz as well when you're bringing in players. And on top of that, I just think without the trophies, coming second doesn't mean shit to me. I don't count that as progress. Like, I'm happy with it, and I say fair play to Ollie. He's got us top 4 consistently. But coming second or coming third, if we come third next season, right, and I don't know, we win a trophy, an FA Cup, I would say that's a bigger success than this season, because I couldn't give 2 shits about coming second or coming third. I feel like Jerry's probably got the opposite opinion, and he'd say, yeah, second's more progress than coming third. Like, for me personally, I don't care. As long as we win the top 4 and we win the FA Cup, Jerry's.
But how could you say it's not progress? Because if he finished 5th, you'll say he's failed. No,
because it's not about that. Because fourth, second, and third to me is exactly the same position.
It's not though.
Of course it is, brother. What difference is it coming second to coming fourth? You win nothing coming second. You win.
Climbed up the table.
Nah, come on, man. It means nothing.
So if we're 4th and we're 15 points behind Liverpool, it's the same as second being 5 points behind. No, it's not.
I mean, obviously that's completely different concept.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Nah, we went 5 points.
Well, it is though, because we were 30 points behind season before, and then last season we only finished 12 points behind the top.
Let's say we come 20 points. We were 15 points behind Man City still. So what difference does it make? Man said 12, like they gave a shit when the season was done. Man, bro, they had the Champions League final to worry about. You think they give a shit about the last couple of games? They scrap those games, man.
Yeah, but I care. I care because I can see the progression.
I don't think that counts as progression for me. If you come
so what is it?
It does.
I mean, it doesn't mean shit. Like
that doesn't make sense.
As long as we're in the Champions League spot, yeah. And if we're not first, to me, it's irrelevant if we're 4th, 3rd, or 2nd. And the only reason it matters for me is bragging rights. That's the only reason I care.
If we keep falling behind,
that's just as much as winning the FA Cup is the bragging rights.
Nah, FA Cup's is a prestigious trophy, man. Come on, man, don't be silly. FA Cup's not bragging rights.
Like we just said, Arsenal finished 8th back-to-back and won the FA Cup. It was just bragging rights for them for 5 minutes.
I mean, exactly. But it's different with Arsenal scenario because they're like well off the Champions League. Every club, Champions League is a minimum for me personally. Yeah. Champions League football is a minimum. I think we'd all probably agree on that. Innit? Champions League, you have to get Champions League. But the way I see, if you come 4th, 3rd, or 2nd, it doesn't make a difference. Like, so, like, let's just say we come fourth this season, yeah. We come fourth, yeah. Chelsea come third, Liverpool come second, Man City come first, yeah. Whatever. Liverpool fans, they might say to us, "Oh, we finished above you for 30 seconds." But my response to that is, you didn't fuck all. You didn't win fuck all either. Like it doesn't mean anything. Like, Kojo, what are your thoughts on that? Because I just think it's irrelevant. Like, at the end of the day, if you're in the obviously you got to be in the Champions League spot. I'm not saying that. Coming fifth is a different story because you're not in the Champions League then. And then that is a different conversation.
But the thing is, whether you like it or not, bro, United haven't been finishing in the top 4 consistently since Ferguson.
No, I just said
done it 3 times.
That's a positive. But what I'm saying is, he's done well in terms of going back, giving a bit of consistency in that sense. I give him that. Yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, if we finish third this season, yeah, instead of second, let's just say Liverpool finished above us, right? We finished third. In my head, I would still be like, okay, fair enough. He still got us back-to-back Champions League. Your guys' head, you would have said it's not progress. He's stagnated.
That's what you will say. Oh, he's gone back.
I would have not said that. I would just you would have turned around and said to me,
most Oli out
either way.
Oli outers will say, you've gone backwards. Yeah, get him out.
I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't.
Most deluded fans would, bro. I know that.
I'm not deluded. Oh, maybe I am. I don't know.
If Oli came forth, people will still chat shit, 100%.
Nah, I mean, I for me it's irrelevant. I don't know, Kojo, what do you reckon? Where do you feel on that? Like, I just think this doesn't mean anything. You don't win a trophy for coming top 4.
Well, I think what it is that I try and look at it from a player's perspective. No one cares about league position because it's first. If you're a player for me, true. I mean, in terms of like, if you're Crystal Palace or something, you can talk about helping them get to like a highest finish 6th or something because that's Crystal Palace. But when you're a team that's won the Premier League over and over and over again in the past, obviously it's been 8 years, but the accolades is what defines your career because we're going to sit here. Talking like Liverpool, for example, their players are not going to sit there in 10 years' time saying, "Oh, you remember when we finished 95 points, but we behind City, but we both got 95 points." They don't care about that. They're going to care about the year they won the league on less points because they collected.
Wait. But
correctly, Kojo, but that gave them the confidence to go on the next season.
No, I'm not disregarding that. I'm not disregarding that, but I understand what we as fans we can see that as that progression and help them go to the next level. Yeah. But at the end of it, they only care about the accolades. That season to them, what stand out to them in their whole career that's what defined my career.
Yeah, but it was on the way, though. We're on the way, fam. So I have to care.
We're on the way. So we can see that as progress in terms of where we're going with it. Yeah. But for a lot of people, the one big progression where it comes from it is trophy. So I understand in the comments, for example, like Jacob guy trying to say, like, trophies don't mean progression. I understand that. For a lot of players, they don't really care too tough for me. I don't think anyway about progression of here, there, and this, and second and third. They care about collecting the trophy. So if they get, we're last in 2013, bro. 2013. But if we care about accolades, man. We care about trophies. So I don't care right now. Finish second, finish third, finish fourth. Don't mean a thing to me either, to be honest, because it is Champions League football. Finishing 5th and below means a lot to me because that's like, oh wait, hell no, I'm not having that. But if we finish first.
It doesn't mean a thing, but it means something. Like people just disregard it, and I don't understand.
It shouldn't be disregarded, but
that's what people do, though. It should be little. It should be little.
It's a short-term thing.
Yeah.
It's like a 30-second thing.
Like, what we care about in the long term is collecting the accolade and collecting the medals. So, I understand what Usman's saying. Second, third, and fourth, you're still in the Champions League. The gaps might be because, I mean, how many points did we finish behind Man City this year? Was it 15? 12?
12 apparently.
12. But a couple of years ago, we finished second as well. We finished 19 points behind them. So it's still a huge gap, regardless. And what matters is
a lot. That's 4 games.
Yeah, that's 4 games. Yeah, so
if you put it into context, it's not a lot. I mean, we need to
win trophies. We need to win trophies, and that's the be and end all. For the players, they need to win trophies. So Ole, for his legacy, trophies need to start coming into his collection as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Right, okay. But it seems that everyone's agreeing on the expectations. The predictions, I suppose, is what we're going to do now. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to go through the individual predictions. I've written a couple down, but please let me know if I forget some, because I am going to forget a couple. So that basically, the predictions are going to be who you think the top scorer is going to be, the top assist, the player of the season for Man United, that kind of thing. Obviously, this is your opportunity to shout out anyone you think that might have a breakaway season. Oh, who's gonna flop? Blah blah blah. You get the gist of it. So everyone in the chat, I want you guys to obviously go through with us. We'll start with top goal scorer in it because I think someone's already put in the chat anyways. Whoever you think the top goal scorer is going to be, I want everyone to spam in the chat. Whoever's watching, obviously make sure you slap a like on the video and of course subscribe if you are new. You know what, Kojo, we'll start with you. Who do you think is going to be top? You don't have to give an explanation by all means, but obviously you can give out any other mentions if you want. If you think someone else is going to have a good season, yard, that kind of thing. So top goal scorer, Kojo, you first, bro. Who do you think?
Top goal scorer, I'm gonna go for Cavani, and just behind him to have a good season. I think it's a big season for him as well. I think Rashford will be behind him.
Okay, do you wanna? I mean, you don't have to, but do you want to give a number because it was quite.
I just think they're gonna get a lot. I think they're gonna get a lot more big numbers, and I think also the fact that we've got another creative player on there means you'll see Bruno. He'll still go forward, but I think he'll look also to try and create a lot more for the strikers that we would have going there. And I think Cavani and Rashford, when he comes back in, we would enjoy the productivity from those two players and Pogba if he's there, of course.
All right, fair enough. We've got one Cavani. We've got quite a few Cavani, actually. A lot of people say Cavani, United way. Jennifer saying Martial. I've been saying Cavani. Jacob Cavani. Cavani if he can stay fit. Bruno otherwise. Rashford is out for too long. Good point. Cavani 26 goals.
He'll be back by October. He'll be back by October, man. He'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll see. Right, okay. Over to you, Jerry. What do you reckon, bro?
I hate to say it. I'm going Mo Salah.
What about Man United?
Man United players, man.
Oh, Man United. Oh, I think
that prediction video. Yeah, Mo Salah's top scorer for us.
yeah. All right, cool.
These are just for Man United players, Jerry. Just for Man United.
Oh yeah, Cavani hands down, man. Yeah, Cavani. Yeah, no brainer.
Anyone else that you want to give an honourable mention to, so to speak?
No, that's it.
All right, fair enough. Looking forward to Jadon Sancho. Fair enough. Yusuf, coming to you, bro. Who are you going for?
I think I've got a feeling that it's Mason Greenwood's time. I mean, it's already been his time, but I think now. I don't believe that. I've been watching a lot of Jadon Sancho highlights recently. Maybe like a lot of United fans, just because he's such a good player, but he doesn't actually always play on the right wing. So I actually think that we're going to see it, especially if Rashford is going to be out. I think Sancho will play off the left. I think Greenwood will play on the right. I just think I can just see Mason. I think now it's like this is his third season now. This will be his second like proper season. I think. Yeah. Now he knows that. Obviously, when he had his first season, people really didn't know much about him outside of United. And then last season, sort of he struggled initially. Wasn't really his fault, but then in the end, he came good. I think his hold-up play is now brilliant. I'm expecting big things from him. He's so good. I think me personally, I've got lost in the Sancho, not hype, but I've just forgotten how special Mason Greenwood actually is. He's so good. So I've got big hopes for him.
Yeah, fair play, man. I really hope this is his season, his breakthrough season, so to speak. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. Arbiz, over to you. Seems like most people are saying Cavani, but you know what? Your thoughts, bro?
Come on, brother. My guy, Bruno, bro. See Bruno, yeah? He's just one of them obsessed guys, in it. That he has to get his tally up. So for me, Bruno, bruv, man.
You man, honestly,
top scorer last season by
Biz, they've all forgotten. Mine's Bruno as well. I can't believe
speaking strikers, sorry.
Bro, these guys have completely forgot about Bruno. I was like, right.
Fernandez.
He'll still bang 20 plus, but I think the guys get more.
You know what? Yeah, but on what Yusuf was saying, I'd love it to be Mason, but I just don't think he's disciplined enough up front yet. He's just always drifting out to the right, and I don't know. I think he's so used to playing on the right now. I don't know if he's got that know-how of playing up front just yet, but I think it will come probably within a couple of years. But Bruno for me, man. Bruno or Rashford or Cavani, one of them three to be top scorer.
Right,
but I think
mainly Bruno. Biz, I'm gonna have to have one. I'm assuming you guys.
Yeah, Bruno. Yeah.
Obviously, most assists is going to be Trent, according to Jerry, as we've seen earlier from Kiel. Quality comment there. You love to see it. Obviously, Liverpool imposter. I mean, we knew his true colours will come out eventually, but it's what it is. But yeah, listen, man's going to be Bruno Fernandes as well. I mean, I would love it to be Cavani because it means that I'm expecting Bruno to get at least 15 goals realistically because he takes pens. So if Cavani's above him, that means we've had a good season. So I'd be happy if it was someone else apart from Bruno. But I think think because he takes pens, Sancho loves winning pens as well. We're probably going to be on about 30. I'm just come through. The next cousin's turn, don't come and do predictions. Come, don't bottle it. Right, okay. Anyways, yeah, so let's move on to... No, should we just do assists? Because I think it's going to be a 2-second thing. I'm going to start with this one. I think this is a no-brainer for me. Without a shadow of a doubt, settle 40% of Haaland's goals, Jadon Sancho. I mean, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to pass it to you, Yusuf. Obviously, this is an all comps. What are you saying, Yusuf? What do you reckon?
Well, I'm going to say Bruno, you know.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bruno.
Oh, fair enough. Jerry's laughing, so I'm going to come to you, Jerry. What are you saying?
So why do you kids doing that? That's funny. Yeah, fair enough. Assist. Yeah, I'm going with Yusuf as well, man. Bruno, man. That guy.
All right.
Most creating chances in the league. I mean, yeah, man, Bruno. Him and Cavani. You saw Cavani a couple times last season. They were quality both. Pause. But yeah,
I honestly didn't think anything of that comment. But as soon as
Bruno,
someone might. I mean, that's 1 minute 15 if anyone wants to clip it.
Bruno. Yeah, Bruno.
All right, it's 1 minute 50, 1 hour 15. Kojo, what are you saying?
Sancho or Pogba? I'm speaking to existence these days. Speaking to existence.
That's looking gorgeous on that floor there. Okay, you said Pogba, fan of, and our Biz, what you saying, G?
Bruno,
okay, lightweight. Right, okay, let's get on to some of the other ones. Keep getting your comments in, by the way. Let a brother know. So we got Bruno starts from 10 penalties, others have to catch up. That's quality. Right, let's know. We're going to stay positive. We're going to say breakthrough season. Is there anyone... This is just an open mic, basically. If there's anyone you want to give a shout out to, who you think might have a good season, that people need to put respect on the name, just whatever you want. I don't know who wants. Kojo will let you start because you look like you don't know who yours is. So I'm putting you on the spot.
Any Van der Beek.
I mean, Van der Beek's the obvious one, isn't it? But Kojo, who are you going for, bro?
I'm gonna go Diallo.
Okay, fair enough. Diallo. Why Diallo? He's still young, Jalen, so you know it could be that guy.
He turned 20 yesterday. Diallo, I think will get a bit more game time, and I think, to be fair, every time he's played for me, he's impressed. I think this year he'll get a lot more chances. I think he will impress a lot more this season. So yeah, I'm gonna go for him.
Fair enough. Jerry, what are you saying, G?
Yeah, Harry Maguire.
Oh,
Big.
I was gonna say that as well.
Sorry, but listen, big.
Yeah, me too as well.
Huge season for him. I think he's grown more in the. He wasn't captain for England, but he was one of the leaders. Obviously, when he came back into the England team, they looked like a whole different team. So for me, with Varane coming now, this is someone levels. Champions League Varane. You need to.
Champions League.
I know he's the captain and he will play, but he has to get on the same level. Like we're not. This not no little boy next to you. This is a seasoned pro. So for me, Maguire has to take it to the next level, and I think he will, man. Obviously, last year with the Greece thing and that, he didn't start well.
Yeah, we don't
he's come back. He had a big injury as well. For him to come back kind of quick, it was kind of a quick turnaround. I rate that for him, and yeah man, I'm backing him to have a big season, score a couple more goals as well.
I hear that. What about Phil Jones, Biz? What do you reckon?
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about that as well. I can't lie.
We gotta mention. I forgot you still. I mean, there's too many Deadwood. We gotta do a segment for Deadwood. Let's just get through this bit, you know. We'll do a quick segment of who needs to dip by the end of this window as well, just quickly. Right, Biz, what do you reckon? Who's yours?
Harry Maguire, man. Everything what Jerry says, I fully agree with him. Obviously, the situation that happened in Greece last year ruined the start of his season, but he ended up finishing it well and was unlucky to miss out in the final because I think we could have dealt with him in the final, man. But yeah, for me next season, bro, he's had. You know what? I think people forget that he came back from an injury to come in the Euros, and he was sensational, man. Yeah. Man was winning headers like I've not ever seen him win for United. So if he can bring that form into the new season, man, he should be in probably the team of the year. So fingers crossed.
I'm getting some shit from my brother next to me in the comments. Yusuf, what do you reckon? I know you said Maguire as well, but why were you going to go for Maguire?
You know what? I was going to say, but I've changed my mind now. If that's possible.
Go on, that's fine.
Kojo, play the music.
Oi.
Yes.
Hey,
Oi.
I like
go
it,
for it.
Yusuf, I like
Go for it. All
Alright.
right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, don't play on silent, bro. This is a big moment. 3, 2, 1. Let's put some full blast.
Champions League Varane.
Yes. Yeah, that used to be the intro, man. I might have to change it still, you know.
Champions League Varane. Oi.
You to tell us why Varane's going to be the best defender in the league next season.
Man, I don't even feel like I need to explain it. It speaks for itself. Just the name that Rafael Varane is going to play for Man United. I just can't believe it.
Yeah,
and watching rival fans cry about it, all of a sudden he's now overrated. Like, I'm loving it. It's like we actually have him at our club. It's crazy.
Comparing to Ben White, you know.
I mean, certain man's about Ramsden and Ben White for the sake. I mean, for more than Varane, but we leave that for another show. But listen, I still have to pinch myself, man. What a fucking signing! What a player! I'm up to gas. But listen, I have to say this player because I genuinely believe in him. Obviously it's a breakthrough season, so I'm not going to say Luke Shaw because of course he's been brilliant. And you know who's going to be, Jerry? You know it. Wan-Bissaka, 110%.
I knew it was coming.
I'm saying
that's a big shout.
Right now, listen to what I'm going to say. Let me write this 1 hour 20, right?
Listen,
I'm saying this with absolute chest, right? He's got Rafael Varane next to him, and he's got Jadon Sancho in front of him, right? He's got absolutely no excuse not to flourish now. He's got cover of the highest order next to him, and in front of him, okay, Sancho likes to cut in, play narrow, but he's one of the best about when it comes to link up. So I'm expecting big things from Wan-Bissaka. He can only get better. Yes, defensively, back posting is pissing me off. He does make too many mistakes like that. I agree with everything that these boys have said regarding that. He needs to improve. However, in terms of going forward, I'm expecting him to get at least more than 5 assists this season. I'm saying it right now. This is all comps, by the way, just FYI. But I'm expecting Wan-Bissaka to have a fantastic season. So mine is Wan-Bissaka. I'm saying it with chest. I believe in his ability. He's still got a lot to improve, but yeah, Wan-Bissaka. Anyways, the last two are flop of the season. I mean, everyone's going to say Martial is what it is. And the one after is who you think is going to win player of the season. I believe Bruno won it just now. I can't remember. I'm assuming it was Bruno. So player of the season, who we think player of the season will be. Again, it's just an opportunity to say something. To say, I called it, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, flop of the season. I mean, we got to base on the expectations. I don't just say someone like Daniel James who hasn't got any expectations on him, so to speak, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone wants to go first.
You know what? Yeah, I don't want to say it, but I'm a bit scared for Jadon Sancho. I'm a bit scared because it's not a lot of 73 million, and the expectation with the stats he has, people are going to expect him to do the exact same thing. And I know he's a good player, he's English, but this is the Premier League, and he's a young player as well. We know what happens to black players when they, you know what happens. And
yeah,
we've seen it last year countless times. Tuanzebe, Rashford, Fred, any little and then it comes again. Obviously, because he missed a penalty as well. I'm a bit. I don't know, man. I'm a bit scared for him, but I hope he hits the ground running. But I don't know, man. Wouldn't say flop, but
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying. We've got keep getting your shouts in. Keel's pot Trippier could have a good season. I quite like that comment, to be fair, because obviously I've just gone on about Wan-Bissaka. Flop of the season, McTominay for Was. I mean, I don't need to explain on that. Everyone knows. Keel's pot flop of the season. Henderson and Jennifer saying good point on Sancho, so she agrees with that. Kojo, I'll pass it to you. What do you reckon? Obviously, Jerry didn't really say it, but I hear what he's saying as well. Is there anyone you think that, I suppose technically you have said Sancho?
I genuinely actually don't think anyone's going to have a flop season, but if there's anyone I have less confidence in to have an average season at best, then I will say Fred. I think if we sign another midfielder, I don't know if he's going to step up to the playoff, up in his level. So I would go with him. McTominay, I don't think a new signing kind of puts fear into him. He might not be a important player anymore, but when he comes on the pitch, I feel he'll still try and give at least a 6 or 7. He'll try. So I'll say Fred.
I hear. Is anyone in mind? What do you reckon?
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't want none of our players to have a flop season, innit? Not one, but
Of course.
I just got this feeling about Luke Shaw, you know, because like coming to the end of the season, he switched off. I know he had a great Euros and bounced back, but I don't know, man. I've not seen the longevity of him being at the top. So this is a massive season for him to see if he can continue that form from the Euros. But I'm just not sure, man. I'm not sure about Shaw.
All right, fair enough.
Simple.
All right, fair enough. I'm not sure about Shaw. Yusuf, what do you reckon?
Yeah, what I liked what Jerry said, but I don't want to say Jadon Sancho, but everything that Jerry said, that actually I'm a little bit worried about that now that he said it. But I'm going to say Dean Henderson. I think that he's clearly like very talented keeper. I think that he thinks he's ahead of what he actually is right now. I think he might get there. I just think I think in his mind, and whenever I've watched the interview with him, I know like to be a professional athlete, obviously you have to have extreme self-belief and very, very confident. I think his confidence is a bit too much right now for somebody that's only had one season for Sheffield United in the Premier League and then sort of like 10 games, 11 games for us, I think. This sort of in his mind, he's like, oh, you know what, I'm ahead of De Gea now. Like, look at me. I understand that's his mentality, fair enough. But I'm just a bit concerned because I've seen the things in this game that are just calm down. Like, you know, you've got time. Has he got time? I don't know. But yeah, that's what scares me a little bit with Henderson.
I've got a fucking live audience here. Oh my god. Anyways, right, okay, my flop is gonna be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, for that.
A doubt. Listen, I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, I've got first and foremost just put that in there. Of course, I hope I'm wrong, you know. But for me personally, I just think it's the pressure's gonna be too much on him. I think for the first time, the fan base is kind of unified in terms of everyone is kind of. I've seen a lot of audience say that, you know, that he hasn't got an excuse this season. I'm not seeing them say that. Even Kish from a WhatsApp group is saying that Oli hasn't got an excuse. And that's a big thing for him to say that. Like, he's always defending Oli. So for me, I think the pressure is going to be too much for him to deliver. He has to win a trophy this season. Otherwise, for me, he's flopped. Because at the end of the day, we've got Champions League around. We've got Sancho. I don't need to go through all the team. We all know how many ballers we've got there. So I hope I'm wrong. I would love to say at the end of the season that I've been proven wrong. But for me, sadly, it would be Ole because he's not going to deliver a trophy. That's my best opinion. But anyways, last one. Let's finish on a positive. Player of the season, everyone's favorite conversation. You know what? Should I start? I mean, no one's mentioned Paul Pogba at all.
Because I think he's gone. That's right.
Yeah, my cousin who's literally stood here in the audience. Thank you very much. Just down here. These guys are pure value. I might turn the camera. I got about 10 man behind the camera. But thank you for the donation, Pogba out. No one's mentioned Pogba, so obviously people think he's gone. But yeah, I'm gonna say player of the season for Manchester United. I'm gonna say Jadon Sancho. Actually, I've heard what you said, Jerry. I've heard what you said. I was close to saying Bruno. The reason I give it to Jadon is because I have seen this guy so much at Dortmund, right? And I just believe in his ability. I just think the thing with our football under Ole is we're devastating on the break. And the positive about Sancho is his decision-making, the crucial moments, is almost 9 out of 10 successful, the right decision. Like, I've seen it time and time again for Dortmund. Of course, he's going to make the odd one that you think, oh, you should have passed the XYZ. The way of the pass might not be there. But most of the times I've seen him play, the way of the pass is immaculate. Decision-making is immaculate. I just think he's probably going to get something around 10 goals, 15 assists, like in all comps. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I know 10 goals doesn't sound like a lot, but his performances are going to be brilliant. I genuinely think he's going to be a match winner for us. So for me, it's going to be Jadon Sancho. So, Kojo, who are you going for player of the season, bro? I can't even hear no shit.
Sorry, my bad. That's my fault.
Sorry. I thought my bad.
That's my fault. I'm going to go for Harry Maguire. I feel like he's going to have a stellar season at centre-back. Last season was very good. As you guys pointed out, the injury came back. Maybe it's a thing where he needed rest like Rashford did. Playing with injuries, had a good period of rest, came back for England, was an absolute monster at centre-back. I think he's going to have a stellar season for us, so I'm going to go for him.
No, I actually agree with you. I think because of Varane, I'm not. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it right now. Varane's gonna be best defender. No, when they do team of season bullshit, Varane's in that fucking centre back powder chip. I don't care why. In that team of season, Champions League Varane will be there. I'm telling you right now. Fuck Diaz. That guy ain't got shit on Varane. I've said it there. Jerry, anyways, I have to get off my chest. But Jerry, who's your player of the season? We got Maguire and we got Jadon Sancho. Who are you going for, bro? You going for anyone involved FC? What do you reckon?
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, man. His numbers, when people get into him, it hurts my brain. Like I don't get it. Like,
what does he do?
What does he do? He's a stat padder. Well, duh.
He's going to get them as if he just for this.
I don't understand. Like, is that what do you guys want?
What do you want, man? For real.
Did you take away penalty goals? Did you miss them?
If you take away penalties, he's only got 14. He's only got 14 goals from midfield. He's only got 14. That's fucking not allowed.
He got an assist off his stud. How does that count as an assist?
I swear to God, if he didn't hit his stud, it still would have ended up there.
It's so funny. Like I don't understand that. We know he's not seasoned, but he's there to score goals and create goals, and he's doing that. So what more do you want? So for me, I think he's just going to continue where he left off. And yeah, man, Bruno for me, player of the season.
Fair enough. We got 3 different ones. No, I'm going to be a prick now. You can't say someone that's been said.
Allow it, man.
It gets I should have said that at the start. It gets boring in it, isn't it? I know you're probably going to say Bruno because I felt like you agree with Jerry there.
All right, no, I'm going Champions League Varane, man. I wanted to say Maguire, but I'm going to say Champions League Varane. Do you know why as well? Yeah, because this new coach that's come in, he's come to help out the set pieces, and we can see hella goals from set pieces, and that's something that needs to be sorted. And you know, I'm glad Ole and someone in the club has enlightened that and brought that to the attention. So yeah, Varane, man, for me.
100%. Yusuf, I'm sorry, I've shafted you here. So you've got no Varane, Maguire, Sancho, or Bruno. I mean, you've still got a few decent players available. Someone's put a show in the chat just to help you out. But who are you going for, Yusuf? Obviously, you can't say someone that's been said.
I want to say Marcus Rashford because I'm so looking forward to the day when he absolutely is on top of his game, when he's sort of his health is 100%, because what he was doing last season with everything that he was going against him, not even just on the field, off the pitch, what he was trying to do for other people, that must have obviously weighed on his mind as well. You know, what an amazing human being he is. And yeah, I cannot wait for this party that when he's 100%, the numbers that he's going to put up is going to be illegal. It's going to be crazy. He was, what was he 33 goals and assists last season, and he was playing with, he had 1 foot and 1 shoulder. And this guy is like, he just handed out sentences. This guy's a joke. Like, this is the thing, like, I'm also guilty of it as well. I've got caught up in the Sancho hype and all this, but we have Marcus Rashford at our football club. Like, I'm happy with that.
He's another one. He gets it from left, right, and centre as well. Remember before when he was on penalties? Oh, he's penalties, man. You can take it away.
Let's not mention penalties and Rashford in it because he's a racist prick will come out of the games. But listen, I just wanted to say also, man. No other beauty is just to give it a bit of context. I've got to say Martial for time's sake, if Ty watches this, because obviously I'm not saying Martial's players. I'm saying let me finish. We haven't mentioned Martial. We haven't mentioned Cavani. We haven't mentioned Greenwood. We haven't mentioned Pogba. The point I'm trying to make is those 4 players that I've just mentioned there, none of us have mentioned them. They're also match winners. So it just shows the strength and depth within this team. That's the point I was making before you guys killed me. But that's the point I'm making.
You're right.
No, but we got a lot of match winners, man. You got to remember, we have none of us have mentioned Pogba. None of us have mentioned Cavani as well. And Greenwood, to be fair, I'm not expecting to win player of the season, but that guy's got at least 15 goals in him, give or take, on a good season. Yeah, Martial potentially, if he comes good, has got 10 to 15 goals, hopefully 15 plus. But that's what I'm saying. We've actually got a very good team, a lot of positivity going into the season. As I've already said, for me personally, I'm not going to be too negative. I'm going to try not to be too negative, should I say, this season, because at the end of the day, time will tell. He's either gonna prove the doubters wrong, i.e. me, This is Oli, and obviously the players, they're going to prove us wrong. It shows they have got the bottle to get on the line. Or sadly, we're going to get proven right. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong. I can sit here at the end of the season watching this bat and say, I took an L, and I'm happy to take it because it means we've won something. So fair play to the boys, being honest, giving their thoughts. Jerry's laughing, but you love to see
Bro, Van Dijk got skinned.
Did he?
They lost 4-3, innit?
Yeah, bro.
Let me hit
Van Dijk got skinned.
Listen,
yeah.
and that is the best way to finish this prediction video, because every question I've got written down in this book, we'll save it for next week's podcast, because every Thursday we will be like 8 p.m. Man United podcast. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you stay tuned. Before we go, everyone's socials are down below. Make sure you follow them. Obviously, our business here representing Never Foul. The homies, obviously, show love to them. I'm going to let them all shout their socials out, just easier. Kojo, starting with you, brother. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, obviously here, Osman Talks United, pretty much as many times as possible. My podcast, Free Midfield, Twitter, Spotify, SoundCloud podcast, Free Midfield podcast on YouTube, and soon to do some stuff.
Oh shit! Is it proper bad? I need to.
Bro, he was sliding everywhere.
Per the chat.
Yo,
I'm sharing it right now.
No.
Yo, this is such a beautiful way to end.
These man have rushed him back, innit?
Yeah.
These man have rushed him back.
But you know what? I need to watch it as well.
Man, he's looking like Bambi, bro.
First, Chris Morning, fam.
God.
What is he doing?
They got but
who's slipping, bro?
Champions League
Robertson.
Oh my
Raw
God.
man, fully looking like Bambi sliding through the DMs and getting slapped with a reject.
Was that Konate that gave away the ball on the halfway line as well?
Oh
my God.
You know, we might be onto something. But listen, Jerry, tell the people where they can find you, brother.
Yes, on YouTube, United Team Talk, and obviously Osman Talks United every time.
Yes. Oh, Biz, tell the people where they can find you, G.
Come on, man. Just follow me. Twitter, Insta, DJRBiz. Hit us up. Trafford Tunnel. Never a Foul. Shout out to Usman. Shout out to all the man them on the panel. Big up.
100. And Yusuf, last but not least, Champions League Varane. Where can the people find you, bro?
Man, I'm not even gonna plug myself, but I'm gonna plug everybody else, man. Shout out to Usman, shout out to Kojo, Jerry, Biz, man. They're the real heroes, man, not me. So shout out to them every time.
Listen, I'm gonna plug you right now. I'm gonna plug Yusuf right now. Listen, shout out to Yusuf. Obviously, if you're joining late, go right back to start. Check the intro out. Yusuf made the beat from absolute scratch. I said to him what I wanted, a man deliver with perfection. His socials are down below, alongside Hassan, who obviously made the video. Shout out to him as well. He's a homie, obviously coming through with a quick, just basically made it in about 2 days, man. So fair play to them both, man. Much love to them both. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the boys. Show love to them. Go and watch that Van Dijk video. Enjoy your Thursday night.
And don't repeat, right?
Boy, Osman. We're back. We're back, Manchester United.